Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and all of our friends from beyond the binary to the Blind Alley podcast. My name is Stephen Downey.
And my name is Ross Flaherty.
We have a nice little special edition episode up today. It's an advice podcast on the day.
Yeah.
We're going to be answering some questions right after this intro. How are you doing today, Ross?
Not too bad, Stephen.
Not too bad. Special edition episode today.
Ooh, tell us more.
We're going to be answering some questions.
Yes.
But before that, let's preface this a little bit.
Yeah.
So these questions we found online.
Yeah.
But we'd love to help you folks at home out.
Oh, please.
So send us your questions in any way you can. We have our Instagram. We have our email address, blindalleypodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Send us questions, all anonymous.
Yes.
We'll know who you are, but we'll give you fake names to preserve your anonymity.
Indeed.
There's a podcast I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
If I Were You Show. It's a podcast I've been listening to for about a decade.
Yeah.
It's the first podcast I started listening to. It's from this comedy duo who were big on YouTube, and then they dropped off of YouTube, and they started this podcast to huge success. Now they run a podcast network, and so advice podcasts have been, let's say, a passion of mine for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But just like us, these guys aren't in a position to be giving any professional advice to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So email us, send us your messages, but just know that any advice we give will be given with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
A big, dirty boulder of salt.
Yeah.
We may...
No need to take us seriously.
We may just razz you for 20 minutes and then give some our misguided advice, but that's fine. Anything else you want to add to that, Ross Peru?
No, I think that covers it. Covers our bases.
Excellent. So yeah, send us messages, email us. Email us a question just like this. This guy needs a fake name, Ross.
We'll call him Pascal.
Pascal, I love it. Pascal writes, I have had a loud cough for half my life, and I've been to a dozen doctors to no avail. I run into an issue where I'm not going to be able to live in my apartment anymore because I'm bothering others. There's nowhere else I can go because I'll just keep running into the same issue. I need to find some way to muffle the sound. Is there any kind of device I can use? Anything I can put in my room? I need to find something as fast as possible or I'll be left homeless, writes Pascal.
Pascal has a problem.
Pascal has a little bit of a problem. Jesus wept. His cough is so loud, he's bothering... Now, is he bothering... Let me read this again. He says he's bothering others. So I'm imagining he's living alone and his cough is so loud, it's just going up and down and left and right. And everyone in his apartment block is just every day... How bad can it be?
But also, how much is he coughing?
This is it.
How much is Pascal coughing?
He needs to find a way
It's
to...
like, I have a very loud sneeze, but I don't sneeze all day.
And even... How bad... He says he's been bothering... Is he getting complaints?
The neighbours complaining to Pascal
about how loud he's coughing.
I'm hearing you coughing all day and all night, and I can't stand it.
Oh my god! All day and all night. Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. and to your neighbour hauling here, and just one loud cough. Oh my god! He's looking for a device, a muffler, a silencer to wrap around his lips like a duck's bill. That's not much better, honestly. If the consistency at which you're coughing is a genuine bother, there's no device that you can use. What could you possibly...
There's a device I can think of.
What's that?
A
strepsil.
I was going to say that you buy earmuffs, right? Go to your local hardware shop. You buy earmuffs for all your neighbours who complain.
And that they wear it 24/7.
You put a little ribbon on it. And you're like, here's a present.
There you go.
Sorry about my coughing, but here's a present.
It's like a weird passive-aggressive sarcastic present. Oh, you don't like my fucking coughing? Here's a blue pair of earmuffs. Good luck. Problem solved, am I right? It's like nuking your backyard because you don't want to fucking mow the lawn. You just have to be deaf 24/7 now. That's solved the problem, kind of. You can't hear my coughing anymore. Nor can you hear your baby screaming and crying in the room. You can't hear the TV. You can't hear any movies. You can't hear anything. And also my cough. My advice would have been to just get just huge subwoofers. Find your favorite Russian hard bass and just have that shit playing all the time. No longer can a cough be heard. Just in between the beats. Fuck! And that's what like, imagine we put ourselves in the situation.
Yes.
Let's say you're the one who's coughing. Mm-hmm. Man, it would be annoying, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And he's pretty generous, because he's not complaining that I have to live with this fucking cough. It must be tearing up his throat. But he's not worried about he's worried about being homeless.
How loud can you cough?
It must be noise pollution. This is crazy.
This is mental.
I want this guy to send a voice
mental.
note more than anything. Jesus Christ! What
Both the volume and
the regularity
of it must be ridiculous. If this is causing a problem to his neighbour,
for half his life, he's been to 12 doctors to no avail.
How did you end up with this cough?
He's been to 12 doctors and he can't solve a cough. It's supposed to be American, right? I'm not going to be able to live in my apartment anymore because I'm bothering others. He's a worried.
Also, how? What?
What a crazy, genuine problem it must be.
It's a mental problem.
It's like Tourette's, but like Tourette's, people have like sympathy for Tourette's.
Yes.
But
I don't think any of his neighbours would have sympathy for this guy who just has a horrendously loud cough.
You're not holding... Oh man, coughs are annoying. If you're not holding your cough, it tickles the back of your throat. My advice, if I was him...
Yes.
Like, what can they do? They can't complain. He has a cough. What are they going to do to his landlord? Oh, he's been coughing and it's annoying me. The neighbours is going to come off as just like petty or just like sensitive.
Yeah.
Unless the landlord knows how loud he's coughing.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he's living in an apartment on his own. If he's living if he was living in this house where there's 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 5 other people.
Yeah, and the walls aren't terribly thick.
No, man. Imagine how awful it'd be if you had to move out because of your cough. What would he do, Ross? Is there advice for him?
If you're living in this apartment for the foreseeable future, you could go to the bother of trying to soundproof like your bedroom or something.
Oh boy, that's a bother indeed.
That is a bother indeed, but also, right, if this person has visited 20 doctors to no avail, well...
12.
Sorry.
Don't be crazy. He's visited 12 doctors.
Sorry. 12 doctors. Well, that's not cheap.
No. Surely he does some kind of operation.
I don't know.
Does he have some kind of like... Maybe his apartment is really, really dusty and he's like awful asthma.
Maybe.
And he's just like breathing in all this dust that's causing him to
cough.
Is
he sleeping with a cat lying on top of him?
What unempathetic... Have you seen that video? There's a guy who's like, oh man, I'm having really trouble breathing when I'm asleep, so I set up this camera. And the camera, every night, his cat would come over and lay on his chest. And that's why he couldn't breathe at night. Fucking cats, man. Maybe there's a hidden cat sneaking around your apartment, throwing fucking dust and fur everywhere and causing a cough.
Just a little clawful of catnip. Just throw it at your face.
If he was sneezing, there's like a great release in sneezing. And not the same with coughing.
No, there's no release.
Unless it's like a backed up like phlegmy cough. There's no release in it. It just like course against your throat.
Yeah.
I don't know. What can you do? Just Strepsil soundproof. I'm not soundproof in my room. Fuck that noise.
I know.
Ridiculous. You know that thing like Apache Black Hawk stealth helicopters do, where it records the sound of the rotors going and returns it through the speakers at like the opposite waveform.
Yeah. So it's destructive interference with the frequencies.
Oh man. Oh, that you can't really do that.
Same way that active noise cancelling headphones work.
That's right. Just look into that. You have to do some Tony Stark bullshit technology. Iron Man helmet to wear it. You cough into it. The speakers on it that emit the same sound. There you go. Hope that was advice for you. Just invest in expensive solutions. Or really loud speakers. They're not complaining about the cough anymore. They're complaining about the music.
Or is it possible to live somewhere that isn't attached to like has beside you or something?
Poor man. This is like it's not a cheap solution.
No.
Fucking hell.
But if you just lived in a detached house, your neighbours can't really complain then.
Not a great solution, but a solution nonetheless.
And we're not here for great solutions.
We're just here to make fun of you, if anything. You fucking coughing idiot. fun question, Ross. If any of y'all have a situation like that, let me remind you again. blindalleypodcast@gmail.com or shoot us an Instagram. Or shoot either of us a question.
Sure. Yeah, you don't need
to, just get it to us and we'll answer it.
Yes.
And you get grade A advice just like that. A man with a loud cough. Just move. Up next, another person. A fake name is required.
Okay.
Let's call them, they have a problem with Amazon, so let's call them Beth Jesus.
Okay, Beth Jesus.
Beth.
Oh, Beth.
Let's call it Beth. Beth writes.
Okay.
The title for this one is I'm addicted to buying stuff on Amazon. I can't stop buying and I can't help it. No punctuation, no capitalization. They say, Beth says, the title says it all. I bought some things I need on Amazon, so I downloaded the app. And I just keep buying things that I don't really need. How the absolute hell do I stop? I can't continue living like this. I spent over $300 in the last week. Right, Beth. No, not a single comma, not a single full stop, not an apostrophe in sight. They need to buy a new fucking keyboard. Is what they need to buy. What the fuck? Caps lock, shift, learn to type. You fool. That's step 1.
Yeah.
Step 2, how can someone who has such poor punctuation afford all these? What are they buying? Is what I'm curious about.
Yes.
They started off saying they needed some stuff.
Okay.
So my head went to like toilet paper or like general amenities required around the house. Maybe a few brewskis, maybe a plant, shit like that. Just general random stuff that you like. See on Amazon, like people. All people bought this. They also buy this.
Sure.
And then how do you spend $300 a week? Also, $300. It's a lot, but like, it's not enough to have a documentary made about you.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's not like it's like.
If you're doing that every week,
do you know those?
But hold on, but this has only happened for say 1 week. Just delete the bloody app for a start.
It's tough. It's tough sometimes, okay?
It's very simple. On Android, you hold down.
I know.
You press the little uninstall, and it does it.
But it's like, I'm gonna be single for a while. I'm gonna work on me. I'm just gonna uninstall Tinder. And you uninstall it, and it's like I miss swiping. Obviously, I'm in a happy relationship. I'm talking from Ross's point of view. It's sometimes you don't have the.
I'd prefer not to be swiping.
$300. Okay, yeah, $300 a week. Yeah, I know. Yeah, just get good, Ross.
Oh, thanks.
It's like you know those hoarder shows, where they walk into the house and there's like just like old clothes and cans everywhere in every room.
Or it's just decades worth of newspapers piled just to the ceiling.
Wouldn't it be awful sad if you called like fucking E4 or 4 Channel 4 or those fucking shitty channels and they come around to look at your house and like it's a state. The house is awful, there's shit everywhere, but it's not bad enough to warrant an episode of Hoarders. That's really insult to injury. Your house is an absolute tip. Not tippy enough, I'm afraid. This guy, $300 in the last week. Not great, like, but not bad enough. What are you spending?
It's pretty bad. You can't. What continue.
Are they buying? I want to see what they're buying.
Yeah, what are
you buying, Beth?
Yeah.
Beth Jesus?
What are they buying?
Like Monster Energy drinks. Let me see. Let me go on Amazon and see. What would I buy?
Okay.
Like, just like stuff they want. Like one thing. Like for us as photographers, it'd be very easy to spend $300. You know what? I wouldn't, because stuff is expensive. Like expensive stuff is more expensive than $300 a week. What are they buying, a lens a week? And even then, a lens is more expensive than that.
Well, it depends on the lens, but
yeah, I suppose it's fine. Yeah, but like every fucking week, how can you keep that up? I'm throwing balls up to you, Ross. Do you want to hit one?
Sorry, they're
just looking at me.
They're just flying by me there. I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to say like, "Oh, I'd buy this for €300 a week."
£300 a week, man. You know what? Yeah, with filmmaking gear. You know what? If I had the just
addiction, not the
addiction,
money.
If I had the £300 to throw away every week doing that, you could get some filmmaking stuff all right, but then there'll be stuff that'll be more than 300.
Yeah, that's it. At some point, you're going to get to stuff where like, man, every fucking like, what are you buying? Like, I'm looking through here.
It's such a problematic addiction.
It is very much. It's a shopaholic, literally.
Yes.
They're addicted to Shopaholic.
I wonder.
Like a phone.
I wonder, is there like some sort of a app or extension or something that can say limit how much you're spending
Well,
on a
at some
certain
point,
thing?
like your credit card or your bank provider should be like, "What the fuck's going on? You're spending a lot of money. You're not bringing in a lot of money, but you're fucking putting out a lot of money. What the fuck?" Like at some point, if someone stole your card, they'd be using that much. Your bank should not hop
Or
in and
maybe
say,
just like set up another account, and so you keep less than that amount in, say, your current account, something, so you can't spend more. So you can't spend that much. Otherwise, you'll have no money for food.
maybe just buying food. Just loads of food. Just loads of $300 a week. Pot noodles, Coca, Red Bull. Why am I
Man, you
imagining?
get so many pot noodles for 30
I can't
quid.
even imagine. Like, this is the thing. My birthday came and went, and people are asking, like, my mother and my girlfriend asking what I want. I'm like, I don't know. Just give me the cash, and I'll worry about it. If they offered me to buy me something like $100 worth of something, I'd rather take like $50 and just use it myself as when I need it. I don't need anything particularly. So I don't know how the fuck this person's paying $300 a week.
I don't know.
On just shit. I guess just like clothes. People are addicted to buying clothes. Me and you were saying like fucking 4 things every week. But like, I guess some people might just...
It took me about 2 months to get a new pair of jeans.
That's
where
right,
it was
yeah.
that have massive
Congratulations.
holes in them.
Congratulations on getting a new pair of jeans, by the way, Ross.
Thanks.
Oh god, I don't know. Any advice for this person? I mean, it's very simple. Just uninstall the app.
I can't
Just buy less
I can't
stuff.
relate.
You can't. It's really tough.
I even downloaded the app at some point when I was buying some stuff, but
If they really want this stuff, I would say put it in your wish list. Come back to it in like 2 weeks, and if you still really want it, then buy it.
that's good advice.
It's the same advice I give for like tattoos. If you really want a tattoo, design the tattoo, put it in like an envelope in a drawer, come back to it in like a year, and if you still really want it, then you can get it. It's because like, how is this person not getting like buyer's remorse? Surely they must be buying so much shit that after a week,
you'd look around and see, why the fuck did I do that?
of course, like I don't buy enough stuff to get that.
That's such a destructive attitude.
Sometimes I go to the shop.
Well, maybe not attitude, but destructive
tendency. I guess. What an idiot. What an idiot. So yeah, to stop buying stuff. Unless you're buying really neat stuff. Or stuff you need. Like, what do you need? 300 a week?
Do you need to spend 300 a week?
How much would you spend a week, do you think?
I don't know. More than I'd like to, because all my shopping is done in Super Value. It's bloody Lidl, I suppose.
Oh, Miss Little, fucking hell. If anyone...
They decided
Lidl is listening, what
decided
idiots.
to start doing work in the middle of the pandemic, and then the levels changed and they couldn't continue with it.
Yeah. It's no way
Just wait until COVID's
we have
gone
a
to start.
I'd rather one shitty
They're
little...
losing money. We're losing money.
We're not losing money.
Well, we are.
Oh, we are, because Super Value, you
Exactly. We're
somewhere.
spending more money on food.
Some asshole was like, oh yeah, just
We're
get
all
the...
losing money.
They're upgrading the Lidl in Castle Troy. They're like, it's going to be a big upgrade. Like, once it's done, it's
Yeah.
going to be great. But once it's done,
Yeah.
I'd rather one shitty Lidl than like a half
But
finished.
it was a standard Lidl.
It was a good Lidl.
It was a good Lidl. It wasn't a bad Lidl.
I just want my cider
It wasn't a run down Lidl.
and my
It was a
toffee,
Lidl.
my toffee yum yums.
Toffee yum yums are good.
And like the pizzas, they're like fucking assholes. I have a real. It's like a marketing problem. It's like a public perception problem for them now. Because even in Castle Troy, I'm starting to resent Lidl. I used to love them, and now I don't like them anymore. And they brought on a load of new staff in that Lidl, and then they shut it down. It's been down for like half a year now.
Yeah. But that's it's making no progress because construction isn't allowed at the minute.
Oh, that's good advice for this person.
What?
Get the fuck off Amazon. If you have a shopping problem, just go to like a dollar store, I guess they have over in the States, or Eurogiant. And,
Yeah, you see, if you go
and
to
you
somewhere
go in
that's
there, and
just
I
all cheap
dare you to try and spend fucking €300 if
Yeah,
you go
you
to
won't-
like
you won't be able to
a
carry it out.
Eurogiant. You'll go there, you'll see a load of stuff, you'll buy it, you'll spend like €20. Boom.
And you'll also be like, I don't need any of this shit as well.
And if you see a cough muffler, would you send it to that first fucker? He desperately needs it. If you can spend €300 a week on fucking sound absorption panels on the first guy, 2 problems solved.
Yeah.
Do you need any advice, Ross? It's a procrastination problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
After I've
See,
given...
the problem, and you've mentioned this before, with people who procrastinate, which includes both of us,
Yes,
is that we still get the stuff done.
we do. This is the thing. Deadlines are fantastic. When you're in college, you have deadlines and the stuff gets done. But once you're out in the real world and you have to work on your own projects, there's no deadlines.
Yeah.
You have to self-enforce deadlines, which is useless.
Yeah.
There's a really fantastic TED Talk, I'm sure you've seen it, about procrastination.
I think so.
He talked about like a monkey in your brain driving,
Oh,
and the monkey's like, I would highly recommend just like TED Talk procrastination. You'll find it. It's fantastic. Watch and use it to procrastinate. if you're putting off doing something, just watch this TED Talk. If you're going to procrastinate, at least have like a little bit useful procrastination. And also, if you just have like, these are hobbies we like filmmaking. We shouldn't be procrastinating it.
Yeah. I also don't like routine, and routine is very helpful for getting shit done.
Is very helpful. Once you're in a routine, and this is a dangerous thing, once you're in a negative routine, it's very hard to get out of it. But once you're in a positive routine, you're good to go. If you're getting up every day, don't set too high. You said in the last episode you want to try to get up like before 8. Try and get up before 10.
Yeah.
You get up before 10,
Yeah, you're right.
and you'll be happy. And then get something done in the morning. Like I said, making your bed. Just make your bed in the morning.
I'll never make my bed.
It's a little bit overrated. If you can get the shit done without making your bed, grand.
Yeah.
But it's like one small thing to do, and then you can, like I said last week, go for that cold shower or go for your jog. And then once you do that, you feel great. You feel productive. You're like, fuck it, I can take on the world at this point.
Yeah.
It's like yesterday, on date this video, we did that photo shoot, and once I had it done, I was like, okay, I'm in the mood. I can go and I'll edit the photos. Got the editing done.
Yeah.
Once you get the ball rolling, you can do anything, and that's what making that first bed does. Just make the bed in the morning, first step down.
Yeah.
And you're like, put on the fucking computer, just open up whatever application you need to open. And like I said, 5 minutes, set a 5 minute timer, do 5 minutes. You're Bob's your uncle. Just gotta do it, like, ain't no computer but to do it.
I mean, yeah.
Do the right thing. Like I said last week, again, your first instinct is always the right instinct, usually, with these things.
But it's so terrible that you procrastinate a load, but you still get it done. So it's like, well, I still got it done.
Yeah,
so,
but it's affecting other things now.
Yeah, I know. But also, hard deadlines that I have to meet. I'm not procrastinating for too long, but coming up to that deadline when it's imperative that this shit is done, otherwise it will not get done.
Yeah.
I'm so bloody productive.
I know.
And I'm like, this is fantastic. If only I could be this productive when it wasn't close to the deadline.
Yeah, but that's the thing about deadlines. If stuff piles up, if you have one thing to do in one deadline, it's fine. You'll get it done in a few minutes. But like if you have a lot of things to do, stuff is going to pile up very quickly.
Yeah, and that's the problem with having deadlines around the same time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you've deadlines spread out, well, boom, you've got the one thing done, and then you're working towards the next deadline.
Yeah. And the thing about deadlines is they're very much based off the punishment. If you set a deadline for yourself, you might as well just be pissing into the wind, because you're not. If you fuck up that deadline, there is no ramifications if they're self-inflicted. If you get if there's an assignment that needs to be due at midnight a certain night, if you run over that, tough shit, Paddy.
Yes.
But like, you need to self-enforce deadlines. I wonder if we could like make an app where we enforce deadlines on each other. I don't know. We used to crack that whip, like, and it's awkward. Like, who are you to enforce a deadline on me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just be diligent.
Yeah.
Have a good work ethic, and do not rely on motivation.
Yes.
A good work ethic beats motivation every single day of the week, and that's where the routine comes in. Routine and work ethic go hand in hand. Motivation is great for a while, but your motivation is going to run out.
Yeah.
You just got to get it done. Anyway, that all counted as my advice for this week.
Nice.
Speaking of advice, yes, please send us in your questions. I mentioned again, blindnellypodcast@gmail.com. If you're at a computer right now, just pop it in. We'll keep it anonymous. It's much appreciated. This isn't going to be every week. Every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while.
If you just have a query, just like thinking of a tiny little dilemma, just send it into the Blind Alley boys. You might have an answer to the dilemma, but you might be curious to see what our point of view is.
Yeah.
And that's it. I've been Stephen Downey.
I've been Ross Flaherty. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we'll see you again next week.
Bye now.
Hasta la vista. Bye bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.